I'm gonna start recording.
Is there
Um,
a wait? Where are these the recorded classes or in the
all the workflows are in the class
workflows?
folder. Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So let me just go ahead and open my TRCOA.
Okay,
Uh, there you go. Perfect. So sometimes you're gonna have a client that comes with the rhythm in his head,
mm-hmm.
or sometimes a rapper is gonna come with a friend that is a beatboxer, or
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you have the rhythm in your head, you can sing it, and this is like one of the most immediate ways to turn your ideas,
Mm-hmm.
bring your ideas from your brain into speakers.
Mm-hmm.
For me, this is the ultimate technique for like drum beat creation. Check it out. Number one, first of all, I'm gonna go ahead and share my. I'm gonna log in and I'm gonna share the audio movers in the chat.
That should be good to go.
You see that I have a track here that says beatbox. Let
Mm-hmm.
me just first of all
So that.
change. I'm gonna change my input to my mic, and let me just let's talk a little bit about recording in Ableton.
Sure.
Whenever you're gonna record, the smaller the buffer size, the better.
Okay.
I've never tried this, and I feel like I have the power with this computer to go like this low, because you see how the overall latency is super low.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to mix and you have a bunch of plugins and latency is not an issue, then you go
Mm. Okay.
as big as possible. But you see the latency.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna
Yeah.
record and you want as least latency as possible, you go as low as possible.
Okay.
If you have good CPU, you can go this low, and it's gonna work. There's not gonna be any latency.
Okay.
Sometimes if the CPU is not enough, then it's gonna glitch. I've never tried 32 samples. It's the first time that I'm gonna try it. Okay, and you can
Okay.
always correct the overall latency with this drive error compensation. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
so now I'm going to check. You should be able to hear me now through Zoom and through
Yep.
audio movers. Am I right?
Yep.
But in order to keep, I'm just gonna turn the monitor off. So it's gonna record all of what I'm gonna see, but I'm not monitoring myself through Ableton. Okay?
Mm-hmm. But I'm still recording the audio that you're speaking through, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna record in this slot, so I'm gonna use this record button. I'm gonna put my I'm gonna put my metronome in 8 notes, and I'm gonna turn it on. And the other thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to have like a count two bars count in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay? And I'm gonna go slow. Let's go 90.
And the tuner, that's the plugin that you put on the chain, right?
This is a tuner. No, this tuner. I mean, I just sometimes I'm playing my flutes through
Mm-hmm.
this, and I always like to keep the tuner on, so
Okay.
uh, I'm on top of my tuning.
Okay. That's cool.
So I'm always singing rhythms. Singing, using your voice is one of the most important things in this business. You don't need to be a singer. You don't need to be a professional beatboxer, but you can just like sing a rhythm. Dum, tic, pak, tic, kum, kum, tu, pa, tic, kum, pak, tic, kum, kum, tu, pa, tic, kum. Okay? I do kun, pa, and I do kun. Kun are my kicks. For other people, it's something else. Pa or ta is my snare. And the amount of times that I've been in rehearsals with drummers and I just like, they go like, what do you want the drummer to be? And I just like sing the rhythm. And if they're good drummers and they have good ears, they translate that to the drums in seconds.
As long as you tell them what the kick is in the snare is.
Yeah. Sometimes you just write it down if the drummer is a reader. But a lot of the times you just like, drummers go like, what is the groove? Sing me a groove. Tum pa tum tum pa tum 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 pa tic kum tum tic kum pa tic kum kum pa kum kum. If it's a good drummer, he's gonna just like catch it. The other thing is that you can make the exercise of active listening to the drums whenever you are commuting, and then sing them, because when you sing them, there's something in your brain that kind of like sinks in. Like, it's like when you write something. It's like, they say like only when you write it, you learn it. With music is the same. Only when you sing it or when you whistle the melody, when you sing the rhythm, there's something in the brain that kind of like stores that information and gets to a point where you just like have your pocket of rhythms in your head, you know? That's the way you start developing your rhythmic vocabulary, if you want. Okay? So I'm just gonna take that rhythm I like. Tum, pak, tik, tum, tum, pakum, kukum, pak, tik, kum. So let's say I'm the beatboxer that is coming with your client that has, you know, maybe they are a rapper and a beatboxer and they wanna just like, and they're, I don't know, they're like street rappers and they wanna just like produce something, and you know, so I'm just gonna go ahead and record that idea quickly. Dum, dum, pak, kum, kum, pakum, kukum, pak, kum, 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 pak, kum, kum, pakum, kukum, pak, kum, kum, dum, pak, kum, kum, pakum, kukum, pak, kum, 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 pak, kum. Am I right? Pakum, kukum.
This reminds me of Michael Jackson. I see him like do like this in like a lot of his videos. Like he's doing like he's doing like the whole song, yeah. Rhythm. Rhythm, yeah.
That's it.
And Timberlake.
How you like the rhythm?
Nice, yeah. Got a bongo in there, a little bongo in there, yeah.
And you see it, I'm just like singing a bunch of notes around the main accents.
So, and then I guess you use the transients to see where the
yes,
instruments are, right? Okay.
A great thing about this is that you are already bringing that human element. You see, my notes are not 100% to the grid, and there's already velocities happening here and there in the tree. You see?
Yeah, that's cool.
And now, look what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and convert drums to new MIDI track.
Okay. So I need to upgrade my live so I can have that feature. Have that feature.
Yes, to have that feature. And right now they have a thing with Ableton that you rent it for 12 months, and when you are done renting it for 12 months, you own it.
Ooh, okay.
It's not like Pro Tools that they hook you for the rest of your life and you just like pay and pay and pay and you never have it. No. Ableton, you pay for I think 10 months and then you own it.
Yeah, see, I like that better because then most of the plugins I use anyway, I'm using Ableton, and then now that I'm learning how to record in Ableton, it's just like I'm getting more comfortable with it.
And look,
wow,
the entire rhythm right there in MIDI.
Wow, but how did it know to?
It's crazy.
The hi-hats and the snare, how did it know to?
That's what is like more surprising to me. Even though I'm not singing a hi-hat, it creates a pattern. So now these drums are like a default drums. I don't like them that much. But then what I do is I just like copy and I paste on my drum rack. And now, very important when you use this technique is to put the notes on the right spot.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how the MIDI even knows that we know what's a kick and what's a snare.
It's
like
crazy.
in the.
You tell me what kick you like.
Okay. I like that solid metal.
Solid metal. You tell me what hi-hat, what snare you like. Wait. My snare started there.
Yeah, that's a good snare. Man.
Huh? You like that?
Nah, a little too deep, little too echoey. That's good right there.
Erykah Badu.
Yep, quick little.
And then this is my hi-hats.
I see that Fat Matt. Yeah.
Fat Matt. And then, now what I do after I allocate my instruments, I fold. Okay?
Oh,
and now what I do is I quantize a notch. Never 100%. Quantize settings.
I didn't know you can do that.
And I'm gonna quantize to a grid. And I'm just gonna quantize just a notch. Let's 80%. And then look.
Wow. Crazy. So simple, but you know.
Now it's missing. You see? You still have to. I know that this snare. I know that there's like a kick here. And I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna bring these velocities. You know?
Just like switch it up a little bit.
I want to bring this up a notch. I'm gonna bring this down. I know this one.
This would be a cool idea to put in like a song. So say like you got the drums playing in the beginning, and then you just drop the drums, and then just like your voice is doing the. And then mix them a little bit. Yeah. It's cool.
There's like a kick missing here.
Right there, yeah.
Maybe it's backbeat. And then there's like a I like this. You see, there's some notes that are not singing. And I bring this backbeat. And I know that this. It's crazy, huh?
Insane, yeah.
I'm gonna pan it. It's crazy, huh?
Wow, yeah, that's cool.
Remember that the faster
Save a lot more time. Save a lot more time, like making drums.
Huh?
So this is saving me like a lot more time doing the drums. So say like I already got a chord and melody, I can just do the drums over the mic that I hear in my head or like that I'm feeling, and then just
There
do
you
this
go.
workflow.
And then you can there are so many options. You hear the hi-hat pattern? It's crazy, huh? It's I would just like bring it up a little bit. I would just like I'm gonna try to work on the dynamic of the hi-hat. I'm gonna drop my pencil. I'm gonna bring some of these notes. I like the dynamic, but I just wanna bring everything up a little bit. You see how I'm just like bringing down the velocities of the ones that are like a little too high. Because the hi-hat is a little too low, but now I'm just gonna go ahead and select everything and bring everything. You see? It's crazy. Or you can let me see if I can do this. I can go ahead and bring the ones that are like very, very, very low. I can just like bring them up a notch. But that's what is crazy. It's like, tell me, amor. What is crazy is that it creates a hi-hat pattern.
So when you do the convert to MIDI, it automatically. So I guess you would have to have your drum rack already open, and then when you convert it to MIDI, it'll put it on the drum rack and put it in.
Yes, or you can. Let me just like fix this. You see, I'm bringing.
Bring it back in.
Working a little bit on the dynamic of that. The other thing that I can do too, if I want, is I always have a sub mix. There's always a sub mix of. You see, I can even go to a drum rack and then go to a specific. I'm gonna go to a specific hi-hat. You see, this is and then I can just like bring the
volume separately, right?
You see,
the actual instrument, yeah.
You see what happens? It's a great hi-hat pattern. Am I right? And then I just like I mean, and then I'm gonna stop this. I can just like go ahead and go slower. You see? If I want a more hip hop vibe.
So yeah, it's more like New York style. Uptown.
Now, sometimes you want to create more layers of drums. So I have all my drums here. And I'm gonna go ahead and copy this pattern into, let's say I want a more acoustic layer. So the same MIDI, I'm putting it on my vintage drums. And of course, once again, I need to relocate my samples. So I think this is kick. This is snare. Where's the wait? Actually, this is, no, see, this this, let me just fold this. No, I'm not gonna fold because I still need to, but I'm gonna zoom in. And this, I can tell that this is the hi-hat and this the snare. And now I have the two layers. I'm gonna wait to synchronize. And now I'm
nice.
It's crazy, huh?
Yeah,
and I have both layers. How you like this?
Yeah, it's riding. Yeah, nice flow.
Am I right? Then from here, I mean, if the drums feel right, you just like build from there, you know?
Do you normally do your drums first in your instrumentals or beats, or it just depends?
Huh?
Do you normally do your drums first in your instrumentals or music, or melodies first, or does it really just depend?
Sometimes when I'm not sitting on my DAW, on my instruments, when I'm just like living my life, sometimes rhythms come. But sometimes melodies come.
Okay.
Now when I'm sitting on my DAW and I'm gonna, you know, harmonies come to me. I mean, the thing is that when a melody comes, that melody somehow has like the harmonic information on it. And that's part of what we're gonna do when we start dealing with melodies and harmonies.
Okay.
And that's a skill, like to be able to listen to a melody and kind of like feel, first of all, feel the bass, feel the notes that the bass would play, because the melody is giving you a scale. And then if you feel the bass, then that bass is gonna be giving you a roots for the chords, you know? And then you build the chords. So that's the way it comes for me. But sometimes I just sit on the piano and start kind of like, you know, experimenting with chords. And then sometimes I come with a cool chord progression, and then it's backwards. It's kind of like the chords bring the melody. Kind of like you listen to the chords, and then you let your intuition kind of like bring the melody. All of this is so, I don't know, intangible, ethereal, magical, like where it comes from. You don't, you know, it's like, I guess you listen to music, and then I remember that when I was teaching music to middle school kids, I used to have this like visualization exercise and relaxation exercise. And I was like, I was just like having them like lay on the floor, you know, completely relaxed. And then I start like, you know, talking to them, and I was like, there's a music that is gonna start like sounding, that it's gonna start coming. I want you to imagine that every note that you listen, it's like a seed that comes through your ears into your inner self. You know, like it's in the end is that it's like every you know that how notes are like little dots in the paper, and seeds are like dots. I would like imagine that every single note that you listen comes and lands. Try to imagine that in your inner self you have this like a field, this like soil, and then every note falls, and then every note turns into like a tree, and every tree has a different flower.
Okay, I like that analogy.
So in the end, and then we all have our musical garden, you know. You have, nobody has ever listened to the same music. Like the music that we've heard in our lives is like a fingerprint.
So like collectively, right? Like collectively.
Yes. So if you try to imagine that, you know, you have, so you've been loving music for so long. You've been listening to so much music. You've been putting so many different seeds in your inner set, in your spirit, and then try to imagine that. And this was all the visualization. Try to imagine that now there's an eagle that is seeing to that like canvas. Now you're that it's a bunch of color. It's like a picture. It's like a painting. But your painting is different from mine, from everybody else. We all have like a different, a different painting.
Yeah, musical footprint. Yeah,
And
that's
then
cool,
what
man.
you do when you turn into a music maker is you show that to the world. It's, I mean, it's like,
That's
for me,
insane.
it's
Yeah,
mystical,
it is. Yeah, it's
For
magical.
me,
Yeah, like you
it's
said,
magical,
magical.
it's mystical.
Yeah.
It's like where it comes from. It's like you've been feeding your soul, and that's why it's so important to, keep on making music, creating music, teaching music to the kids. I'm gonna be playing a concert today. I put together like a funk band, and we're gonna make a concert for the kids and their families on an elementary school.
Oh, nice, man. Nice.
We're
What
gonna
songs you guys gonna do?
bring live music. That's a big part of my purpose in this city in Austin is to bring live music to the kids.
Yeah, you gotta influence the next generation, right?
Yes, I
But the
have I
the
have I
bracket.
have this organization. I don't know if I shared this with you. I have this organization called Feeding Souls.
Feeding souls.
Feeding Souls.
Nice. Okay.
Like
Okay.
because the way it's important to. I mean, if you don't feed your body, what happened with your body?
Yeah.
Dies.
Exactly.
If
Yeah.
you don't feed your soul, that's what's happening in this country right now. That's
Yeah.
why
You're right.
we have like 15 years old kids buying assault rifles and massacring elementary school kids. Like, what's
Not
going
enough
on?
soul. Not enough soul over here.
Yes, if you don't feed your soul, then you get crazy.
You're right. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And there's a whole
No, you're right.
epidemic of like kids killing kids in these countries. Like, what's happening? For me, they say it's mental health, and we have a mental health crisis. For me, it's a spiritual crisis.
Spiritual part. Yeah. More importantly, right? Because
Yes,
that's first. Because
yes,
if you just soul right, then your mental's gonna be right.
yes. The thing is that in society has become so materialistic that nobody wants to talk about the spirit.
You're right.
Everybody,
Yeah.
everybody's everybody thinks about spirituality only as religion, and
Yeah. Yeah.
spirituality goes way beyond religion.
You're right.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we as music lovers, music makers, artists, we know we are here to remind society that the spiritual thing is a real thing. You
It's
know,
more real. It's more real than the mind thing, or
yeah,
it's more real than the mental thing.
and you don't have to go and scream spirituality exists. No, you just like blow your, especially with live music, because now with AI, when music comes from the speakers, you don't know if it's AI or if it's real. It gets to a point, I don't know, sometimes I hear those like records from The Weeknd or from all of those like pop overproduced artists, and it gets to a point where like, is this AI or this is real? Like you
You gotta
listen
do a double
to,
take. Yeah.
but when you go to see live, when you see the guy, plucking the strings, blowing the horn, singing, then that's real.
It's real. Yeah, it's
It's
real.
real.
And then the instruments, itself are, from Earth. Like they're like, material from Earth. So like they hold their separate own real vibration too that resonates more with the brain and the ears than speakers or, anything, microphones. But if those instruments actually do something to the spirit as well. I feel like, like the
Yes,
drums, like the African drums, the range sticks, like all that stuff has like, more than just sound. It's like a
yes,
feel. And,
yes.
it's
Somebody
like
shaking a shaker the right way, it's powerful.
you're like you're gonna start shaking. You're right. Yeah, like you're gonna start shaking.
You see?
Yeah.
Actually, let me show you something. Now that we're talking about that, look what happened with this beat. If I put a shaker on top, let me just record record the shake, because that's the other thing. The more you can start bringing like real instruments into your stuff, the better. But let me just like close this. I'm actually gonna play this. I'm gonna go a little faster, 90. And I'm gonna go ahead and record a shaker. I have let me bring the I'm gonna bring the gain down a notch.
Sure.
Let me just play with this one too. I love this beat.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now go ahead and record the
vintage.
shaker on top. It's a little. Look what there's a little bit of latency. You see? I'm gonna just like go ahead and.
But you gotta warp it, right?
Now, what I can do sometimes with audio, I can. No, I don't want to quantize it. I'm just gonna go ahead and bring the one a little behind. You see? I'm gonna put it a little, and you're gonna see how it's crazy, no? How that tiny notch makes the difference. That's it. You see? I can still, if I want, I'm gonna go ahead and crop this. Gonna crop this, and I can quantize audio too. I'm gonna quantize to a degree. Not 100%. Let's see.
I see.
See?
Now, would you still do the MIDI to this, or would you just kind of just leave the sound like it is?
No, it's just to show you how a shaker completely adds up to the feeling. Now, another trick that I just discovered to create like stereo image on like audio samples. I'm gonna go to audio effects. I'm gonna go to delay. I'm gonna throw a delay. See what I'm gonna do. I'm going to seconds. 5 milliseconds. Stereo image. You feel it?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, no?
Mm-hmm.
And then with the rhythm, it's like a second texture.
It's giving me like Timbaland vibes.
Timbaland, yes.
Producer, yeah.
Totally. I mean, and I'm just gonna bring this down.
Nice.
And then what I can do in terms of mixing is I can bring that hi-hat to the right, and then bring Crazy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. And now let me show you another trick that I use sometimes to create ghosting. Let's say I want to create a little bit of ghosting on that. Where's the snare? Here's the snare. What I'm gonna do. What I'm gonna do. I'm so happy that we're recording this class.
Yeah, I learned a lot.
And it's crazy how it all starts, no? From a beatbox sample.
Mm-hmm.
You can always bring a delay. You hear the ghosting?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna bring the feedback. And I'm gonna bring all you want is texture.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the ghosting?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Panning to the left and
Very
right.
faint, yeah. Yeah. Got a whole different element to it.
It's crazy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You hear the ghosting going left to right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you change the delay, then it's gonna give you it's gonna change the ghosting. Now if you don't want it to go, you can just like not having, I know, but it's left right, so it's gonna go left right no matter what. It's crazy, huh?
Mm-hmm. I need to use this.
You're gonna
It
have
gives, it gives like that real feel to it. That real feel.
Yes, adds up to a real feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Then from here, let me just, from here, you might wanna, so this is another thing that I do sometimes that always brings like interesting stuff. Look what I'm gonna do. Look what I'm gonna do with this. I'm gonna just like take this. I'm gonna copy this, and I'm gonna paste in the piano. So I'm using the same. I'm actually gonna taking the hi-hat away, and I'm gonna take this, and I'm actually going to, and sometimes it's good to be kind of like reckless. I'm gonna go ahead and reverse. You see what I did?
Mm-hmm.
Reverse the pattern. And now I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up. I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up. You never know what's gonna come. Now, you can do, I'm gonna undo.
For the bass.
same rhythmic information. And I'm gonna bring all of these and just now it's too low. So I'm gonna bring it up to the next octave. And I can actually bring a delay there. Or actually, sorry, I just got on the flow, man. I'm sorry, I'm just like.
No, you get,
I just wanna show
I like
you
it.
kind of like stuff that you can do.
Yeah, I like it. I'm learning
piano. What if we bring an arpeggiator?
Yeah, got a little funk to it.
That bass. And this is only one chord. Now I'm not really happy with this. Maybe we can just like make the notes. I mean, you can go ahead and start like, maybe we can bring that delay now and see what happens. It's crazy, huh? Just like that, you start like finding stuff.
I never thought to use the drum beat as the, like the melody or anything like that. I'm making the melody out of it. That's actually pretty
crazy.
cool. It's pretty cool, yeah.
Yes.
I didn't think you
Anyway,
could do
I'm
something
gonna
like that.
stop